Guys, welcome back to my channel. I have not made one of these videos in a very long time and it felt like an appropriate time to do it, so here I am. My name is Helen. I go by Helen of Joy on all of my platforms. I have so much to catch you guys up on. It's absolutely crazy. So much has happened in this last year since I made my last YouTube video, and last time it was just catching you up on my experience with the Disney Creators Lab. I will make a whole other separate video about that because I'm going to vlog a reunion that's coming up in the next month. Stay tuned for that. Wow, where to begin? The title of this video obviously says Wicked changed my life. Bro, people have been telling me how great Wicked was and knew that I was gonna love it because your girl grew up as a Wizard of Oz kid. That was the first movie that I ever watched as a child, and just like everyone else that watched it in its prime, I was mind blown by it. It is one of my favorite stories. It is literally the American fairy tale, and I always sorry. Side note, LA is on fire right now, and that's why I sound so... My voice is already naturally deeper anyway sometimes, but like now I am so congested and whatnot from all this smoke. I cough randomly, or if I sound like I need to cough or sneeze, it's because I literally have debris of a fire in my nose, so there's that. I'm going to link some GoFundMes below as well of people that could use your help during this time, because it's hard to, how do I word this? It's really hard to not know someone in LA that's been affected by the fires right now. It's incredibly shocking and incredibly devastating. I grew up in Canada where there's forest fires every August, doesn't matter what, especially in BC. It's a lot of forest, a lot of pine. Fire is one of the most devastating elements there is. I will take an earthquake any day. I'll take winds any day. Shit, I'll even take a bunch of rain if it comes down to it. But fire is absolutely devastating. It is so unpredictable. It gets out of hand so quickly. It can take an entire house just like that. It can trap you. It can do all kinds of things. And LA is really suffering right now. And it's not even close to contained either. And it's so many homes gone and so much displacement and so little help from the people in power and so much incompetence. And it's really, really, really sad to see. And so much wildlife, like driving around at night, you see so much wildlife like wandering in the streets right now. Like, it's devastating. But anyways, back to Wicked. You know, I keep saying Elphaba wouldn't have dealt with this. Elphaba wouldn't stand for this. So I'm going to talk about Elphaba because I'd never seen Wicked before seeing the film. I purposely didn't want to read the book. I didn't want to know. I always knew what the story of Wicked was about anyway, just because it is a prequel to The Wizard of Oz. Obviously, it is the Wicked Witch of the West story. So I always knew I would love it. I am devastated that I didn't get into it sooner because my brother is absolutely obsessed with it. And it would have just been really cool to go see it with him or something like that. We're going to have to go see it on stage. But after seeing it, I can safely say that Wicked has completely changed my life. One of the most beautiful films I have ever seen in my entire life. I have seen it 6 times now in theater. I bought it as soon as it came digital. I have been reading the book. I'm almost finished the first book. I'm going to go through the entire Oz series. I'll do a separate video on how I feel about the book because that's the books is a whole other thing we're not going to get into right now because, yo, it is crazy. I think it is so beautiful that obviously Elphie was played by Cynthia Erivo. I can't even say her. I've never been able to say her last name. I'm terrible with pronunciation, so do not kill me over that. I should know it by now. It is so beautiful that Elphie is played by a Black woman. I think that has so much power behind her story, so much more than if she's just green, because obviously having her as a Black woman doesn't mean she's just green, and it hits home really how much harder she gets mistreated and how outcast she is and how special she is too, and how magical she is and how hard she has to work to be accepted and to be normal and to be treated fairly in the world of Oz. It is such a powerful story of political overreach and the propaganda of the people in power turning people against one another over a common enemy. So much powerful messaging. It's crazy. Also a lot of powerful messaging in Glinda's character as well. Privilege, deafness, the complexity of her character, how she does a whole 360, and because becomes much more deep and loving and sentimental, and the special bond between the two. And like at first I was watching all those interviews and I'm like, these two, first of all, get a room. Second of all, why y'all crying all the time? And then I saw the movie and then I understood completely, because now I cry every single time rewatching it, because so many things really hit home. Obviously there's going to be spoilers in this, so I'm going to talk about it. So if you haven't seen it, which, what planet have you been living on, go see it. But rewatching it, there's so many things that you pick up on, so many nuances, underlying messages in the songs and the script and the story. And I hope that we get more Oz magic moving forward. My friend Tiffany is an Oz historian. I love hearing about nerdy things. You can talk to me all day about all your little fixations. I will willingly sit there and take it in, hyperfixate with you. I am that friend. I am so grateful that I have her, because she can just tell you so much about the story that I even can't. Even just learning about the story now and the depth of this world. I hope that we actually get to see more of Oz and more of the different stories that come out of it, and Dorothy's background. And I love it so much. There's just so much lore. I just give it to me. I love it all. I love it all. Musical numbers are just so beautiful. Like Jonathan Bailey, my guy, like mind-blowing, beautiful. And it's funny because, spoiler alert, I probably shouldn't say it, knowing what I know about Jonathan Bailey and then knowing what I know about my favorite characters in Wizard of Oz, that's all I'm going to say, has me very excited. I think I'm more excited for Wicked Part 2 than I am about this one. I love when stories get darker, get like more depth to it. I'm a huge fan of the Harry Potter series, of course. And once Prisoner of Azkaban happened and it started to get darker and go more left, that's when it really took a turn for the better for me. That's when I personally like really fell in love with the series. And that's when I knew it had really changed my life. So back to Wicked. I was fortunate enough that I got invited to the Pantages to go see Wicked on stage, because honestly, I was gonna go see it regardless. I am so happy that I now know what happens, because I like left that movie like, so I'm just supposed to wait another year like a sucker. Like I have to wait like the rest of the peasants and find out what happens a year later. I don't mind a spoiler. One thing about me, I'm gonna find out a spoiler. I'm gonna watch it regardless. I don't care. Like tell me the spoiler. I'll probably forget. I'm gonna go see it anyway. I don't care. You can tell me the whole plot of a movie and I will watch the whole thing. If it's that good and you take me through the entire plot, I'm still gonna go watch the movie. See Wicked on stage, phenomenal. Seeing it on stage made me so jealous that I hadn't seen it already. B, that I didn't see the original Broadway cast, because are you kidding me? Incredible. That was one of the best parts of the Wicked film, was seeing the original actresses on the screen. Like even me not seeing that original Broadway, just knowing their impact, knowing who they are, knowing their history already as a musical theater nerd, just beautiful, phenomenal. Give me 14 more of them. Love it. Seeing it on stage also was very interesting, seeing how compacted the musical is compared to the film. It is beautiful to see how much they have created with what they have taken from the musical and how much they've expanded on the story and the world. So I'm so excited to see what part 2 entails, because I already know that's going to be my favorite of the two films. I already know it's going to be great. Also seeing the incredible jobs that Cynthia and Ariana did with their roles. You can tell that Ariana especially like has so much love for Glinda, for the show. You can tell it holds such a special place in our hearts. And girl, I thank you for it, because if it weren't for you loving it so much, I don't think anyone could have played her and loved her as much as she did. You can really tell she loved that character and loved every part of creating this magical experience for us. Same with Cynthia too. Like there's just such a crisp, crystal, beautiful sound to her voice, and angelic, like heaven sent, beautiful, just phenomenal. It was so good. And give these girls their flowers, because not only singing, dancing their heart out, singing live on camera, like that's insane and so old Hollywood. I absolutely love it. I always love a beautiful musical number, like the choreography, and I love watching everyone be in sync, everything just like boom, 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 you know, fabulous. And then watching Cynthia, and then learning that Cynthia did all of her own stunts, did all of her own singing while doing those stunts, using that crazy apparatus that they used on the same kind of thing that they used for Halle Bailey with Little Mermaid. I'll take a picture right here. It's kind of like this like waist harness thing that like hoists through the air and gives her that graceful, like, but imagine holding your core that tight and belting that kind of music out for those scenes and doing it live. Like, I watched some of the behind the scenes and I'm like, this is why these two are so skinny, because they, yo, you make me do that kind of stuff too. Like, I just go like as well, like insane. I really pray that they win an Oscar for Best Actress and Best Supporting Actress. I don't think it's going to be this time around. I think they'll definitely give it to them for part 2. I don't think they want to like get ahead of the game and reward them so quickly, but I do believe that it is in the works for them, and I hope that happens because they very much deserve it. Oh, yeah, like I say that I'm absolutely Wicked obsessed. Funnily enough, when I was in London, obviously Wicked was all over the world. It was just about to come out. It was just everywhere you looked, like boom, boom, Wicked, Wicked, Wicked. So when I was away, I was dressed in all green, obviously, and because I love green. And wherever I went, it's so funny because I feel like people just knew that, just looking at me, and were like, hey, like, just so you know, there's like a Wicked thing around the corner there. You should go take a picture of it. Oh, you should. Did you see the display windows over there? You should go look at that. And then I was randomly with my uncle, visiting with my uncle while I was in London, and it was the first day it started raining, and we happened to like leave the restaurant and just go out to the right, and then the Wicked premiere was right there. Like, it was freezing cold out. I was not willing to stick it around and hang out and wait for people to come out, but it was freezing, no offense. So bad for everyone in their ball gowns, but it is what it is. Safe to say, I'm absolutely Wicked obsessed, and I just can't wait to see how this unfolds now. And I'm very excited for the rest of their journey. I'm very, very excited for them. So, and that's pretty much it. So I feel like you're going to see me over here a lot more because the looming TikTok ban, if it's going to happen, not gonna lie, I've been kind of depressed about making content lately after losing Damo last month and the fires in LA. It has been really hard to not only keep a clear head and not spiral every day, but it's just hard to be creative when there's so much suffering happening, and it's just been hard to focus. So I'm glad I just got down here and started talking away because it is therapeutic in a sense. And my sister told me, go do something that you have passion in and to do things for myself. And so utilizing my YouTube more and doing more video content such as this is going to be a lot more important to me moving forward. So yay. I'm looking forward to a year of more fandom stuff. I'm gonna definitely doing more long form content on here with you guys. If there's anything you would like me to talk about that you want to hear about, please feel free to put things in the comments. You can follow me on Instagram at Helen of Joy. If TikTok is still here by Sunday, because the looming ban is this Sunday, please follow me over there as well. It's the same handle as I have here. And I look forward to talking to you guys next time. Mwah.